Hello. My name is Emerald Chaos. I am a variety streamer here on YouTube and on Twitch. I started off on Twitch and I've been slowly moving over to YouTube as well. And it's been going great. I'm loving YouTube. But I figured it's about time that I start some short form videos. As you guys know, until you get to a certain followage, certain subscribers, certain likes, all that, you can only do about 15 minutes of a video. So I figured what better way to start than doing speed builds or, narrated builds here in Sims 4. So we are going to be taking on the enormous task of renovating the entirety of each pack that I have. So the houses that are current and, the houses that are in the worlds already, we're going to renovate to what I think that they should be. And whether that's a speed build or a narrated build, we'll see what happens based off that 15-minute time limit. I'll do my best to do them narrated. I'm going to record them as narrated, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so we're going to start off. I've created a new character loaded into a new world. We're going to start off in Willow Creek. I feel like that's a good place to start off. And we're going to renovate each individual lot. It's a big task. And I have a lot of the packs. So I think what we're going to take on a starter home today. We are not going to take on any of the bigger builds until I complete the starter homes and maybe some of the community lots, because I'm going to do those too. Community lots, like parks, gyms, libraries, stuff like that, we're going to be doing. And I have a lot of the packs. I have the majority of the packs. So we are going to be taking on this task, and it may take me a long time, but I'm excited for it because I love building and renovating in The Sims. Mostly renovating, but I love building too. So we are going to take on this task together, and we are going to get right into it. Right now, I think I'm going to start off. I've moved my new character into this lot right here, but I think what I might want to do is start at a lot that I'm not living in, because what I would like to do is, the reason I'm moving a new character in is I would like to eventually complete the Super Sim challenge. I tried it a while back, and my save game somehow got deleted, so I didn't continue. I got a little mad because I was making great progress and it got deleted. So what we're going to do is we're going to renovate, and when we feel like we're ready, I'm going to do Super Sim challenge, but I'm going to leave my house as is. So I am not going to renovate this one yet because I feel like it would be great to be able to do that when I start that game, when I start that challenge. So we're going to be doing this one, the Daisy Hovel. And it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 15,891 is our budget. This is a starter. Excuse me, I am writing down the price so I don't go over it. We're going to try and keep it exactly to that budget that it is right now. So we're going to do our best to renovate and keep it at a starter price. So that way when I upload it onto the gallery, if you guys want to use it, you can. And it's still considered a starter home. It's not going to blow out your starter budget. So we're going to get right into it. And like I said, this may be a speed build. When it all comes down to it, it may be a narrated build. Let's see what the time limit gives us, because unfortunately we do not have more than 15 minutes. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to go into build mode, and we are going to be using the infinity budget. So we have infinity money down here, and we are going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so basically where we started off here is we moved the lot to the center, or we moved the house to the center of the lot, and then I edited the staircases. Took way too long to do that and figure that out. Then we immediately gutted the whole place, just because I like to start from scratch. I started with the bedroom on like back left, and then I switched it to back right just because it made sense with where I was going to put the kitchen. Um, Excuse the barking dogs and the children in the background. um, so yeah, that's where we started, because I felt like on the right hand side was the best opportunity for the kitchen to have a lot of space. I did start off with a massive kitchen and then slowly worked my way smaller because I realized how much of the budget it was eating. I'm just getting back into Sims after a bit, so you gotta bear with me when it comes to all of the changes and switches that I make throughout this whole thing, because the budget was budgeting today. And I realized, I was like, you know what? This is a starter home, so I should just, make it a starter home. It doesn't have to be completely full and cluttered like somebody's lived there for a while. So I think I just have to get in the mindset where, it's a starter home. It's supposed to be like a little bit empty. I wish I could have done more with the landscaping at the end, but you guys will see that later. So I just put base game, uh, like the very base level appliances in the kitchen too. I also was thinking about potentially putting a desk and a computer, but again, I learned very quickly that that was not in the budget. Here I am trying to figure out what bed I want. I wanted it to look cute and cozy, but I also wanted it to stay on budget. And I left that budget open for you guys in the top left so you guys can see how it changes throughout. At some point, I got to I think it was like $17,000. So I was like, okay, now I got to really think about what I'm doing here. um, but yeah, so I'm just playing around with all the furniture right now. I change everything about a million times. Um, but yeah, so what do I do next? I think I start on the living room next, after the bedroom's done. Either that or I did the kitchen. I think I edited the kitchen a little bit. Yes, I did. I gutted the kitchen. Couldn't remember for a minute there. Yeah, I slowly started to realize how much budget I had that was eaten up already. So I just play around the cabinets a bunch, to figure out where the heck I'm going with this. That couch, thank God I didn't use that couch because that couch was not the right decision. That does change at the end. I really wanted to use this rocking chair. But again, with the budget, I just kind of wanted to keep it more simple. Um, and I also wanted to kind of leave it open to you guys. So, I want to leave it kind of sort of empty so that way if you guys have a particular skill set that you want to gain, or if you guys have, you need a way to make money. So if you want to do painting, you have room for the easel, or, if you want to do computer skills, you have room to add a computer if you'd like when you load in, because when you buy a starter home, you obviously have a little bit of money left over. So you guys can add whatever you want, whatever to make your gameplay a little easier for yourself. So here we are. I'm playing with rugs a million times and the paintings and the TVs. I really wanted to put a TV on the wall, but again, the budget kind of got eaten up with that. Um, Played around with the furniture a lot, the colors, all that. That rug was definitely not it, so I'm glad I changed that. The wallpaper was really cute, but I felt like, after staring at it for a while, it was a bit much, so I ended up changing it at the end. And I really wanted to use that side table, but it wasn't going with anything that I had planned. Loved that lamp. I had never seen that lamp before, but it was like $500, so we very quickly decided to delete that. And then here I am trying to figure out if I can fit that flat screen, which I can't, so I end up using the little baby TV, which was definitely the better choice as far as the budget goes. And then after this, I believe get started on. I was looking for a bookshelf to put in that corner because I thought it would be cute to do like a little book nook with the rocking chair, because I really wanted to use that rocking chair. But again, budgeting, and we did not end up using a bookshelf or the chair. So here I am looking for a lamp that might go, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just move on. Let's figure something out here. I did leave room instead of doing a bar top originally because I was like, oh, maybe a table will be a better choice as far as the budget goes. But honestly, it kind of evened out between the bar stools and a table, with the table that I wanted to put in there. So here I am messing with the orientation of the bathroom for the millionth time. I can never make a decision for myself, and my ADHD kind of goes crazy. So bear with me again. That rug color will change. That rug in the bathroom, it will change at the end. I realize it when I'm wrapping up the video. So I changed that to like a beige. Here's the table I wanted, but the cost of the table and chairs and just the way it was fitting in the kitchen wasn't right. So I was like, you know what? Let's try out still a bar top with the budget. And I end up actually moving the sink to the middle eventually. And as you can see, I'm taking away those top cabinets because who needs them in a starter home? It really helped me to not have those there for the budget. And then I go back because I'm like, you know what? I should really have a TV because you're going to need some sort of fun or entertainment when you're playing the game. So I thought, we really have to think about getting a TV. And I priced out a computer versus a TV. And with the addition of the desk and the chair and all that, the TV was just the cheaper option at that point. Here I am editing the windows. I really like these windows. But at the front, they didn't really go with that door I wanted to use. Um, and I end up using smaller windows, I believe, on the side. But I doubled them up so they kind of look like double windows. And just make sure you guys, I know I say it in the end of the video, just make sure you guys have bb.move objects cheat on when you guys place this, or if you guys place this in your world, just because, or else things will place all wonky and everything will get all messed up. You'll, you know, be missing windows and stuff. Here I am trying to figure out what kind of freaking wallpaper I want to use. I really like that green one, but to have the green one in there, it was so busy and I wanted to break it up, but for some reason nothing was clicking for me in that kitchen. I wanted to do bricks, but then bricks weren't working with the wallpaper. I ended up on this wallpaper because I wanted to do a whole like grandma vibe. So I feel like it was probably a good decision to switch the wallpapers. So I put that busy one in the bedroom because it's a smaller room. I think it turned out pretty cute. And then I changed the outside to, instead of like a yellowy, to like a darker beige. Um, and then I did some terrain paint. I did minimal, like I said, landscaping. Okay, so we have completed the renovation. It's not my best work. Still getting used to stuff. I want to add some mods to my game again. It's because there's so much potential with modded games. But if you guys want base game and stuff, just let me know in the comments because I can keep doing base game or I can add mods, whatever you think. I kept it very like basic and simple. So the idea for this one was basically it used to be grandma's house. Someone put some time into it, started renovating it, but it still needs a little bit of work. There are a few empty spots that I wish I could have filled, but with the budget that we had, I found it a little hard to like be able to go ahead and fit certain stuff in there. So I did minimal landscaping. Like there was a lot of potential that I could have done. I just basically changed the windows, the doors, the outside color is more of a beige now. The inside, I did basically like a green kitchen. So like I said, the idea was this was a grandmother's house and somebody bought it to redo it and they're in the middle of renovations, but they're not quite there yet. So there is a lot of empty space for you guys to potentially do what you would like. Um, right here, sorry, I gotta work on my camera angles. Right here is the bedroom, very simple. Just a side table and a dresser, so you guys are able to play the game when you first load in. We have a bathroom, which is kind of sort of been renovated. I don't know why I didn't change the color of that. Kind of sort of been renovated here and there, but, for the most part, it is, you know, you guys can do what you want with it, really. I'm going to put it in the gallery as, under my name, which I'll show you here in a minute. If I could spell my own name. Emerald Reno. My library, save the lot. So it still is a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And you can see in there that it's been kind of sort of renoed. And we are going to share the lot to the gallery so you guys are able to see it. And under my name, we will go ahead and go to the gallery. Here's my name right here, Emerald_Chaos. And I have a few other things, like literally only 4 other things. These are very old, so please take them with a grain of salt. But this is the one that we just did, so I just named it Daisy Hovel Emerald Reno. It shows you all the packs that I use. Make sure you have bb.move objects on when you do place it, and I hope that you guys like it. That is the renoed version. Feel free to do it what you want and tag me if you want so I can see your versions of the reno. And next I think we'll do another starter home. But right now I gotta get back to the kids. This is probably gonna end up being a speed build because I forgot how long I take to build things. So I hope you guys all have a fabulous day and I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and be sure to go ahead and follow my Twitch and my YouTube to keep in touch, and I'll see you guys when I see you.